Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steff, and I am the GolfMonger. Back from our trip to Utah last week, the ING conference. I want to say thanks to the folks at Heber Valley Chamber of Commerce out there, the folks at Zermatt Resort, Wausau, yeah, we're back in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
the Wasatch Mountain State Park, and Soldier Hollow Golf Club. Man,
was that not a beautiful place?
It was unbelievably beautiful. We other than getting chased off the golf course on the first day when we were just out there having fun by a hailstorm, it was perfect.
Yeah, and a couple of fat boys that are normally walking around at 10 feet above sea level, figuring out what's going on at 6,000 feet with swinging a golf club.
Well, one thing I liked about it was hit the ball a lot farther.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've carried a 3-wood 250 off the deck. But
yeah.
Anyway, no, it was great. The conference, Dallin and the guys out there at Heber Valley Chamber of Commerce, they're fantastic. So glad to be back. Glad to be back here on the East Coast and in a nice warm weather because it was kind of chilly out there, even though it was the end of May, a couple of days. And it's summertime here in Myrtle Beach, so we're rocking and rolling. The tour is rolling on, a lot going on. Apparently, a couple of things we're going to talk about today. Apparently, next year in one of the WGC events, PGA Tour players are going to have to jump the wall into Mexico to play.
That's what I hear.
Talk about that later. Apparently, Jordan Spieth isn't terrible at golf after all. And the Oregon Ducks got a big win.
A lot of suspense in that.
Yes, there was.
Great
there was. So, and we're not even talking about football.
Yeah.
By the way, it's just got to be a theme in Oregon. Their basketball team wears crazy uniforms. Did you see the shirts the golf team was wearing yesterday? I mean, they looked like they had trees or mountains or I mean, I know it's Oregon, but I mean, and for those of you that remember him, Casey Martin, is the head coach there. First ever national championship on the men's side for the Oregon Ducks. So congratulations to them. They're actually the host too. They're out there playing in Eugene, and it's the first team since 1945 to win the NCAA team and have the individual medalist.
That's cool.
And you want to take a wild stab at the other college?
No clue.
No clue?
No.
I'll give you a hint. Nicholas went to school there.
I don't even know that.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Ohio State did in 1945. And they were also the host school at the same time. So that was kind of unique. So, but great drama. The final match, well, it wasn't the final match, but the third match went 21 holes.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because the big name in that, another great kid coming out of Texas, Bo Hostler, who we've seen before as an amateur on tour, hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
In the semifinals to get to the championship, on like the 16th hole, 15th hole, ended up limping home to win, but had to bow out in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't allow a replacement in college golf. If you got a man out, you're just out. He has to concede his match. So the day started out with Oregon leading 1-0, and you might want to say that was the kind of determining factor. But I mean, both teams still had to play. The other 4 matches still had to play. But did you see? Did you see the gigantic blunder the on-course reporter made for?
Oh no,
the Golf Channel. Now, first of all, a kid makes the putt for Oregon, and it was a dog pile. It didn't look like golfers celebrating. It looked like teams that wins World Series. They're dog piling on the pitcher at the end of the game or whatever. Both the men's and women's team just charged the green and just had this huge dog pile of people. There was coaches and players and everything. So in the madness, and I don't know who it was, but the girl they had from the Golf Channel doing the on-course reporting grabbed a kid to ask him how it felt to win the winning putt. Wasn't the right kid.
Oh, wow.
They had the wrong player. I was watching the hockey game because last night my Penguins were taking a 2-0 lead over the San Jose Sharks in the Stanley Cup final. And all of a sudden Twitter started blowing up about what a terrible job the Golf Channel did. Way to go grabbing the wrong. So I flipped over and was watching it and then saw, they grabbed the wrong kid. She asked him the question. He goes, hold on, wait a minute. Let me go get him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the kid It's like she started asking because she used the right name and asked the question. And the kid goes, "Hold on a sec, let me go get him. You're going to want to talk to him."
They all look the same at that age.
I guess they do. They all. Well, you know what? And in her defense, with all wearing a uniform, they're all tall, skinny white kids that all had short hair, and you know they all kind of guess he must have looked like the other kid, but it was pretty funny. VJ Singh just won't let this deer antler spray thing go away.
What's he done now, man?
He's got his lawyers in saying that they treated him unfair and said that the tour ignored other players that used it.
Well, that's what he's been saying all along.
I know, but how long ago did this come out?
Yeah.
And can he just go away?
Yeah.
Nobody likes him. None of the fans like him. He's not even liked in the locker room on the PGA Tour. Maybe.
Yeah.
You don't know that?
I don't know for sure. Yeah.
His mama probably likes him. I mean, you know, because she has to. But yeah, lawyers for VJ Singh submitted a request for partial summary judgment in his lawsuit against the PGA Tour of use of deer antler spray. Attorneys outlined the request to the New York Supreme Court, claiming the 53-year-old Fijian's treatment was arbitrary and the circuit breached its duty of good faith in administering the policy. That's saying it was anti-doping. It was later dismissed because it turns out the stuff he was using wasn't helping him anyway. So, specifically, the team referred to 5 other players on the tour and the Champions Tour who used the same spray but were not suspended. Who cares? It was thrown out anyway. He's already has been.
Have you ever used it?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Tastes like crap, man.
Yeah, I never in my wildest dreams had I ever thought about it.
But it tastes like ground up deer antlers.
Well, I didn't expect it to taste like
chicken,
Coca-Cola, or
chicken.
I didn't even expect it to taste like deer meat. But it's to me the only reason I bring it up is the absurdity of it. Yeah. That it's still in the news and he just won't let it go.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I can understand he thinks maybe it's a personal attack and it's sullying his good name in his opinion, but nobody likes him anyway. So just let it go.
Is that a good defense for the PGA?
Probably. Nobody likes you anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I'd use.
Yeah.
If I was their lawyer, because I don't,
deal.
You know, whatever. Hey, nobody likes you. Just shut up and go away.
I mean, if he's able to use that wasn't helping me anyway thing.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it turns out it wasn't helping them anyway, they use, well,
yeah,
we don't like you? Sounds good to me. Just rock, paper, scissors for it. Whoever comes out on top
That'll
wins.
work.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. To get back to my opening comment, they're moving the WGC from Trump to Doral, which they actually announced last year was happening. And they're moving it to Mexico, which a lot of the players are happy about because, let's face it, it's the World Golf Championships.
Right.
3 of the 4 events are played in the United States. Not really sure how that makes it the world. True. Other than players from the world come to the United States to play, but they already do that. I think it's called the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So anyway, other than the HBSC in China, they're all in the United States. So moving from Florida to Mexico this week at Muirfield Village in
But why
Ohio.
Mexico?
I don't know why. All I know is that Rory McIlroy is the one that made the comment. And he says, "Well, I'm glad to see it. You know, if it's the World Golf Championships outside the United States." He goes, "I guess we'll just have to jump the wall," because the irony of it being moved from Trump's golf course.
Oh yeah.
And he started his presidential candidacy saying he was going to build a wall between Mexico and China to stop all the
Mexico and China.
Or did I say China?
You said China.
Mexico and the United States to stop all the illegal immigrant. You know,
yeah.
The people. You know, so whatever. So Rory, seeing the irony in it, he says, "Yeah, I guess we'll just all have to jump the wall to play the golf course." So they're going to Mexico City, starting next year for the WGC. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Royal Troon is due up for a vote on allowing female members.
Yeah.
After the news that came out about
the warning shot has been fired.
The warning shot has been fired. Yes. Considering what was the course?
Muirfield.
No, yeah, Muirfield voted against it. Royal Troon is hosting the Open.
Yep.
This year, and so their vote is coming on July 1st, I think it is. And so it'll already be out there by the time the Open shows up on the 14th of July.
So the storyline could be big news.
Last time here.
Yeah.
Although all reports coming out is that it will, all the buzz is that they're going to pass to allow female members. And again, not to beat a dead horse, my thoughts on it, it's a private club. They can do whatever they want to do.
Yep.
You want to get upset and call it discriminatory or whatever, hey, listen, it's a private club. They can choose to have whatever members they want to have. They can have all old people, all young people, all left-handed people, all like I think I said, everybody has to wear a green shirt that comes in here. Hey, it's their club. They can do what they want to do. I mean, you create private clubs for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, when it gets sensitive is when people feel you're discriminating. If they didn't they're not allowed, they're all male. They're not letting women. Or if you're not letting minorities, that's when people start getting sensitive. But at the base of it, if you don't want to get all political, it's a private club.
Yep.
Do what you want to do. So, I mean, do I think Muirfield's smart for voting against it? Absolutely not, because they just lost out on the chance to host the Open Championship because the RNA went right away and said, see ya.
Yep.
You guys are out. We're not going to host an event there where you guys have these views and the way you're going to run your club. And that's perfectly also okay for the RNA to do that.
I agree.
So I think the fact that, like you said, warning shot's been fired, how quickly the RNA moved on Muirfield, I would be absolutely flabbergasted if Royal Troon comes out, considering it's right before they're voting right before they host the Open, knowing what they know about how the RNA is going to react.
It's not like the Muirfield vote was a landslide. I mean, it was right there.
They needed you need majority.
Yeah.
So you need 2/3, and I think they came up 2% short.
I think so.
So whenever they decide to vote again, and I don't know how often you vote on membership things in that club, they might do it once a year. They might do it every 10 years. I don't know when they do it. I would bet you anything you want to bet that when the vote comes around the next time, they'll vote to allow female members, and then they'll go begging back to the RNA. Hello, excuse me, can we please get back in the Rota? Can we host the Open again?
Yeah.
And the bad news, what they've done to themselves is they will put it so far off because they plan that thing out so many years in advance that it'll be another dozen years or so, if not longer, before they host it again.
Yeah.
Now that they've done this, but is what it is. I just thought I'd bring that up to wrap up because we were talking about it the other day. Jordan Spieth, like we said in the Open, apparently he knows how to play golf.
Yeah, he didn't forget.
He didn't forget. I mean, everybody was condemning him, and oh my God, what's wrong? He's playing so terrible. I thought he was great. The implosion at the Masters has unraveled him. He's all these things. I'm like, and we said it here. We're like, you can't win every week.
Yeah,
you can't even play your best every week.
The dude is human, man.
He's 22 years old.
Yeah.
What's awesome about all these people trying to compare him to Tiger and say Tiger would have never done that and then blah, blah, blah. He wins at Colonial last week. He now has more wins by his age than Tiger did.
Yep.
Hear that sound? That's all the Tiger people shutting up. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. At the same age, he's got one more win.
Yeah.
So.
And he's still that age.
And he is still going at that age.
Yeah, he's still going.
Yeah, Tiger's already had that age.
Tiger can't go back and win.
He can't go back and win a few more. He now has the most.
Yeah.
He has more than anybody.
The kid's going to keep winning. Man.
And he's going to keep
He's phenomenal, man.
Yeah. So it's everybody goes through a stretch.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, Tiger's in one now.
He's been in one for about for 3 years now. I don't know. I think the problem is, and we're part of that problem, is the knee-jerk reaction that the world has, that the media has to everything.
Well, yeah,
these
it's
days.
the media. The media is right there, man.
It's knee-jerk, and let's face it, the advent of social media and podcasting and internet, everything, gives everybody in the world a voice about something.
Yeah.
And if enough idiots are chirping something,
Yeah.
people will start to believe it.
Yeah. And the chirping can start instantly.
Instantaneously.
Yeah. And
The second that he dumped 2 in the water and
viral chirping.
It just, and the viral, it's over. Spieth is, we sat here and we're like, wow.
Yeah.
When we were doing our, we made a point that, don't get carried away because there's still plenty of golf and he's so good that he could birdie the next 3 holes and be right back at it and catch Danny Willett. But it didn't work out that way. And at 22, you would expect that to affect somebody for a little while. Man, I've never done that before. But think about it. At the Masters, he's played there 3 times. His worst finish?
Second. Yeah.
2 seconds and a win.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of guys in the game of golf, including Nicklaus and Tiger, that would have said my first 3 trips to Augusta, if I could have got win second,
yep,
I'd sign up for that in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Yeah, the kid. I'm just glad he won already, so all that crap is over.
And he just kept pounding them in at the end there.
He birdied the last 3 holes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, listen, the putting is what saves his game because he is a bit wayward. And people talk about his bad swing or whatever, so he doesn't have a textbook swing.
Yeah.
So what?
He's got chicken wing.
He does have chicken wing, and it hurts him from time to time.
Yep.
But I'll take that chicken wing with 2 majors and 9 and 8 wins already at age 22 any day of the week. Yeah. You go to any junior golfer right now or a guy on the web.com tour and say, okay, you're going to have a chicken wing and you're going to go like Jordan Spieth, or do you want a perfect swing? What do you think they're going to take?
Give me the wing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't get it. These babbling talking heads, in the media, in the golf media, it's ridiculous. For so long, these guys made a living talking about one guy. Media types talking about one guy for so long. They have no idea how to talk about anybody else.
Yeah.
0. Their heads were so firmly entrenched up Tiger's rear end
and everything's related
for
to
a
that.
dozen years.
That's the relationship from now on.
Yeah, you're right. They have no idea how to talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane.
I agree 100% with you, man.
And I was so glad that he hurried up and won. And then when I saw that stat on Sunday night after he won, that he's got more wins by that age than Tiger, I'm like, thank God.
And there was the other dude has like 14 or something. I can't.
Yeah,
that's way back in the day. I can't remember his
back
name.
In the day. Yeah, there was another guy, but he's got more.
Yep.
Than Tiger, and that's the comparison part, right?
Yeah.
So stop. Just stop with all the madness.
Well,
okay?
the thing that I see every time I watch the guy, and it continues to even get better at it, is just how freaking good he is at handling everything.
Yes.
The media, the interviews, the pressure on the golf course, the pressure at the top, man.
Yeah.
And we can't overemphasize that enough. All of us have chunked 2 or 3 in the water, but none of us have ever felt what that kid is having to deal with or anything close to it. And man, maybe a normal person would have been done. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let the middle part of it get away with him. But he has this natural ability to forget things and carry on.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's special.
Yeah.
That's like when you're talking about quarterbacks in the NFL, you got to have a short memory.
Yep.
You throw an interception, you can't be thinking about it when you go back out on the field the next time.
Yeah.
It's in the past. By the way, I have to laugh talking about people the way they judge players and the way things go. I'm doing my research last night, and I was writing my story on my blog site, GolfMonger.com, and my preview of the Memorial. And I use Rob Bolton in his featured rankings, his rankings to kind of get some ideas and things like that. And there was a guy on there that was just bashing the fact that can't figure out why people keep picking Dustin Johnson when he's the biggest, quote, the biggest choke artist on the PGA Tour. He's the only guy to win at least one event every year for the last 8 years.
Yep.
He's got 9 overall wins. Has he choked a couple of times in a big spot? Yeah, he had the U.S. Open in his hand a couple of times and lost it. But, again, let's go back to what we said a few minutes ago about Jordan Spieth. How many guys on tour, if you walked up to him and said, okay, we're just going to go ahead and tell you that you're going to have 9 wins by the age of 31 and you're going to go on a streak where you win 1 a year for 8 years. Will you take it?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're going to lose you're going to blow a couple of majors. Who would not take that?
Yeah.
Everybody. Every guy coming right out of that web.com or the NCAA or wherever would say, yes, please. So, and this poor dummy that posted that was just getting lambasted on the comment board by people that actually know what they're talking about. And what's funny is I pull up the leaderboard for the Memorial. DJ shot 64 today. He's leading by 2 strokes. He's 8 under.
Wow.
After the first round. Which makes me sad I didn't pick him on my fantasy team. But anyway.
Oh, God, I forgot to set my team up again.
You know what? I wondered if you did it last week while we were out of town.
I didn't.
And I did
about 3 or 4
mine.
weeks in a row. I forgot.
I did mine Sunday night after all the festivities and everything when we were sitting at the bar there at the hotel. That's why I had the iPad with me. I actually went ahead and did my my team. But it's real early, obviously, in that event. But I like Jason Day to continue this week, I think. I mean, how can you not? I've gotten to the point now that I feel like I would be stupid to not say I think Jason Day can win this week. 7 wins in the last 10 months. I don't. Anybody says, "Oh, he hasn't played well at Muirfield Village in the past." So what?
Yeah.
How about what he's done in the last 10 months? 7 wins. I don't care.
Yeah, really.
That in the past he hasn't played well at Muirfield Village.
He hadn't had that many wins before he played Muirfield in the past.
No,
I mean,
he's just not. I mean, right? He birdied the first hole. By the way, just throwing that out there. But yeah, I think that if you're anytime he, Spieth are in the field right now, those 2 for sure, you can't not consider them the favorite. And if you do, you're crazy. Absolutely crazy. My lineup today was Jason Day, Hideki Matsuyama, Jason Duffner, and defending champ David Lingmerth. Duffner shot 68 today, 4 under. So way to go there, buddy.
Glad to see Duffner back in the headlines a time or two.
Yeah, I tell you what, he
leaderboard.
has been sneaky good this year.
Yeah, he has.
He's got 7 or 8 top 15s this year.
Yep.
That's a hell of a season for a lot of people.
Yep.
And we're not even talking about I mean, we're not really even talking about it. And we like the Duff.
Yep.
We all like the Duff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a sensation for a while, and he kind of went off.
I like the chunky Duff better.
Yeah, I did too. But even the skinny Duff doesn't. You can't tell whether he's winning by 10 strokes or
You cannot tell.
or missing the cut.
Yeah.
You can't. No matter what happens, you can't tell.
Yeah.
I've looked. You can't even tell by like the size of his dip. Like some guys, when they're a little irritated, it's a little bigger than others.
Yeah.
You can't even tell by the size of his dip.
Huh.
I've tried. I've looked everything to try to. I don't want to look at the scoreboard. I just want to watch him and what is he doing now? Can I tell whether he's playing well or playing bad? And if somebody out there can, by all means, let us know at GolfMonger on Twitter, at the Golf Director. Please tell us if you have found a secret to when you're watching the Duff play golf, and you can tell just by looking at him how he's doing. Because a lot of guys you can see in their body language and things they get, but you can't tell a thing watching him. He's got like the all-time best poker face that I think I've ever seen, which makes it intriguing. Normally when you watch people like that, it just makes it boring. But watching him makes it intriguing. So anyway, that's about all the time we got today. So I think I like Jason Day this week. I mean, I'm not surprised to see Dustin Johnson. I like his, he hasn't won yet this year. So to keep that move that streak from 8 to 9, now would be a good time. If he's going to jump out and play like that today, if he can keep it up all week and catch a win at Jack's Place leading up to the U.S. Open at Oakmont. And by the way, I think we talked about this a little already, or maybe it was just last week while we were in Utah. All the guys that were whining and complaining about Chambers Bay last year are going to be begging for Chambers Bay when they get to Oakmont in 2 weeks.
I've heard other people say that.
Because it is one of the hardest golf courses on God's green earth. And they're going to be begging for how hard Chambers Bay was compared to when they get to outside of Pittsburgh and get to Oakmont. So, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll have our normal coverage here right on the golfdirector.com. So we're going to wrap things up today, boss. I know you want to hit the bricks because a little under the weather. You caught yourself a little cold while we were in Utah. So thanks for listening today, everybody. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at GolfMonger. We're here at the network at the Golf Director. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Digital Network for the golfdirector.com. Be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you're going to find up-to-date information on course condition specials and a whole lot more. If you need help with your next golf vacation, give us a call at 844-464-6531. Normally I'd say call Dave, but he had hip or knee replacement surgery yesterday.
Yep.
So good. Hope, Dave, you're listening. Get well, buddy. We'll see you soon. Get back in here because there's going to be work to be done.
Yeah.
You're gonna, it's going to be piling up on your desk. So hurry up and get back. All the programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand here at thegolfdirector.com. All you got to do is click on the radio or TV tabs in the menu. You can find us on iTunes. We're on Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, which we're going to start doing a lot more of. That was a lot of fun.
And Facebook Live.
Yep. Obviously, we're tweeting like crazy, or I am all the time anyway. This has been the GolfMonger Show. Again, I'm Brian. I'm your host. Thanks for tuning in. There's a whole lot more golf news coming up here on thegolfdirector.com. Have a great day, everybody.